Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Bronco Arena as we get set for the border battle. Don't have to say much more than that. The Muskies and the Broncos ready to do battle here for the first time in the 2019 and 2020 season. Tim Ringhoffer joining you here this evening. We'll be joined by Joe Glowak and Simon Palm as the night wears on. But boy, I'll tell you, these two teams, this has become a traditional time to play this game now, and I think it's a great time to play it. on the Friday before Christmas break, and you get the kids coming back from college. You get the families coming into town to celebrate the holidays, and the Bronco Arena becomes a full place, and it feels like the good old days, as a lot of people would like to think, as the place is getting near capacity. We're about 10 minutes from the start of this hockey game. As you can see in the lower left-hand corner of your screen, 7 minutes on the clock. Then we got to do starting lineups. We got to do the national anthems and such, and that's where we will be going. The Broncos are 48-35-1 all-time against the Muskies, so they lead this series, well, rather comfortably in that department. George McDonald, the head coach for the Broncos, has been at the helm for 4 years. He's 3-5 against the Fort Frances Muskies, and last year the Muskies won both games, 4-1 the first game right here at Bronco Arena, and then 4-2 over at Ice for Kids Arena over in Fort Frances. The Muskies have already got about 14 what you would call regular season games and about 5 exhibition games underneath their belts, and they've only smelled defeat twice so far this season. So this is a team that has got some experience on it, especially in goal. Darian Clem is a junior, and he will be back, obviously, we would think, again. He's been a starter in goal for basically the last 3 seasons, and we will continue to see him. He's got a great backup in Jaden Cooper. So the Muskies do very, very well in the goaltender department. They've got a couple of new kids up front, as they lost some kids to graduation and some kids to playing junior hockey along the way, but there's some good hockey players still around, obviously, with that winning record. Peyton Avis is a whole bunch of fun to watch at a center. He's got wingers in Ashton Cousino and Mike Ward, very dynamic hockey players. Reed Bodnar is the other center. He gets 2 new guys as his wingers in Caden Kachuba and Jacob Albright, so I'll be interested to see what they bring to the mix. And then Brady Barnachuk, Nolan Mann, and Josh Ward make up the third line, and they've got some experience playing for the Muskies as well last year. You're going to want to keep an eye on number 4 for the Muskies, Connor Nelson. He's their top defenseman. He's just smooth out there. He just makes things happen. He's a quarterback on the power play. He controls the play when it's 5-on-5. Connor Nelson is a lot of fun to watch. He's along with Jace Jackson. Jace Nataro comes back. Darnell Kemp, who got to play a little bit with the Muskies last year, he's got a full-time part in the defense. And then Declan Webb and Jackson Gartsky also fill out the defensive rotation. So there's a lot of experience on the defensive end. Had a chance to talk to Coach George McDonald before the game, and I started trying to make predictions on who was going to be on what starting lines, and I made my first guess, and he just looked at me like, "You haven't watched this in a while, have you?" And I'm like, "Nope, I haven't, you're right." So he said, "I'm still mixing, I'm still fine-tuning." So you'll see Justin Besch along with Dremel and Wickland at the wings on the starting line. Jermaine with Smith and Beneke, one of those lines that can light the lamp in a big hurry. Borger, who the last time we had a game with the Broncos was injured. John Borger centering the third line along with Gonzalez and Skifstead. And then the back end, you'll see Kaler and Schultz paired up. Sari and Hell and Erickson getting in the mix in the 5-man rotation. Mitchell Nemec gets the start on goal. And now I'm going to grab the microphone here for Joey. And Simon's got his. Evening, gentlemen.
How's it going?
You know, it's a little bit all right. We're going to pull that microphone in a little bit so Tim can hear you. I know they probably can hear you at home, but we already decided that I'm deaf tonight. So how's everything out in North Dakota there, Joseph?
North Dakota. Wisconsin.
Wisconsin? I thought you went to North Dakota. When did that change? Wisconsin?
Yeah, a couple weeks.
That's
River Falls.
Yeah, River Falls. I should remember that. I had you in Fargo. I had you out in Grand Forks, see? So everything's good.
Yep.
In Cheeseland.
Right. Yeah.
Close to the cities. Lots of cheese. Get over into the cities because it's only a hop, skip, and a jump away.
Yeah. And visit some of the old alumni there.
You still got to hold that thing a little bit closer. Keep going.
Visit some of the girls over there in the cities.
I know you can't hear yourself, so that's why I'm going to keep directing you. So, well, that's good. It's glad to hear. And the math class went well.
Yep.
Math class went well. That's all that matters. I don't care about the rest of the classes. As long as the math class went well, we're good. Guys, you played in this game many times over the years. Give me your favorite memory from this hockey game. Joey, go ahead. He's thinking. Simon, you got it all figured out?
We'll just stick with, since we're playing Fort tonight, my junior year, when we were down 4-1 going into the third period, we came back, tied it up, and going into overtime, Kane got the hat trick, completed the hat trick in overtime. That was sweet.
That was very
in
sweet.
the Rock too,
Yep.
at home. Can't beat it.
That's good stuff. Simon,
Yeah, that one's got to be up there at the top, but I'm going to be a little selfish. I think it was junior year also. I scored the game-winning goal in Fort. So
in Fort.
That was a good memory for me.
Yeah.
That is a very good memory. Guys, like I said, you know what to expect from this game. What is one key as you look at these two teams? What's kind of something you're looking at? If the Broncos can do this, they get a win.
If the Broncos can play the body well and bury their chances, I like them in this game.
Simon?
I think if the Broncos can, one, use the body, and two, not necessarily bury their chances, but get their chances, because I think we can bury.
To me, the big thing is staying out of the penalty box, because they can get you in a whole lot of trouble, and you're going to come out and you're going to have the atmosphere here and everything else. You're going to come out and you're going to want to get that first hit. You're going to want to get that first piece of the body, but you got to remember to do it the right way and do those things, do them correctly.
Yeah. Also, you just don't, subside to the Canadian hockey. Don't let them get in their head, I guess. Stay smart, stay out of the box, don't take any dumb penalties.
The Broncos come in with a 4-2 record. I failed to say that earlier when I started to talk about the Broncos. They've won 4 in a row, and they had to win, well, maybe the hard way last Saturday as they took on Kitson County here. And I talked to the boys on Monday morning in class, and I said, geez, you guys let them hang around a little bit, and they said no, they let us hang around a little bit. We were fortunate to hang in there and to get a win in overtime against Kitson County on Saturday, a 5-4 win there, as Brady Wickland got the overtime winner with about 3 minutes left. So the ice has been resurfaced. In between the first and second periods, we're going to have some Mighty Mite and Mini Mite hockey, one of the levels, I know, whatever that is. So make sure you stay tuned to watch that. I'll have a vested interest as my son will be playing. So if all of a sudden George, the cameraman behind me, gets knocked down, you'll know why. But anyway, and then the cheerleaders got their traditional Christmas dance coming up between the second and third period. So lots of stuff here. If you're still heading this way, or if you're thinking about heading this way, the seats are filling very quickly here. If you decided to stay home and watch us on kcc-tv.org, or at Midco Channel 7, or even on Facebook or YouTube, we'll give you all the action the best we can here tonight as the Muskies come out onto the ice to a chorus of boos. And the Broncos will be out shortly, and we'll get the starting lineups here from the official starting lineups. I think I gave them to you, but we'll get them from Evan Omdahl, and then we'll have the national anthems, and then we'll get this much anticipated, much waited for game underway, and looking forward to it, as these are, I think, two very evenly matched teams. I just really feel like we're going to see a one-goal game. I mean, it might end up 2 with an empty net or somewhere along the way, but I think this game stays close, and it could come down to the goaltenders and how well they play. Here come the Broncos onto the ice, and of course, as I mentioned, Mitchell Nemec leads them out, as he is the starting goaltender tonight, as they've been alternating him and Max Marcotte, both goaltenders with 2-1 records, as the Broncos have that 4-2 record on the season. See an American flag to the far side of the arena being waved as the Broncos have come out. The Muskies on the far end of the ice, all ready to go. And so what else? I hear you're home for like 5 weeks.
Yeah. No,
so you're like going to be you're going to take up residency and get a job, I heard, or something.
Yep. Yeah, I got to get some money back. I had to fix up the car the other day, $300 for a wheel bearing.
Yeah.
So I got.
Yeah, you don't want to be driving with a bad. Got to get that back somehow. If the weather stays nice, it won't be bad. That's right, So, how's everything out at Menards?
Everything's going good.
Everything is good. I'm going to be needing some ceiling tiles, so make sure they come in safely.
All right.
Fair enough here. Let's give me that microphone for a second, as we're going to try to pick up the PA announcer, and the producer will turn us down and turn him up, and we'll be back in a few minutes with the start of this hockey game.
Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to historic Bronco Arena for tonight's border battle between North International Falls Broncos and the Fort Frances Muskies.
Let's play hockey here, boys. Let's get this thing done. Huh? We've been waiting patiently for this for feels like weeks, days, months, year. Let's get this thing going. As we get the sportsmanship song in the background here, and again, these two teams playing for the, let me do the math on it quick, 85th time. Broncos 48-35-1 all time, and the Broncos, this is their final game obviously before Christmas, but they will get 3 games out in War Road here in a few days. They will start on Thursday the 26th, Friday the 27th, and of course Saturday the 28th. And I haven't looked. I'm just going to say they're playing Osseo on Thursday night. They're playing Grafton, North Dakota on Friday, and they're playing War Road on Saturday. I don't know why things would change away from that. It's been like that for 9 or 10 years, so I would assume it's going to be that. And our next broadcast will be next Friday night over at the Falls High Gymnasium, as Little Fork Big Falls is coming to town for a doubleheader, girls and boys back to back. So join us on Friday night for that. And then the swimming will have a home meet invitational on Saturday. And then the girls hockey heads for the cities down there by River Falls, and they're heading down for the Schwann's Cup. And they will be taking on 3 teams down there, I believe in the bronze division, as they will be heading down there. And they will play on December 30th, 31st, and they will play on New Year's Day down at the Schwann's Cup right before we come back to school on Thursday the 2nd.
Gophers play on New Year's Day too.
Oh, geez, are we going to talk about that? And the chance that they have against Auburn? Ooh, let's get this thing started here. As we get ready to drop the puck, the Broncos in their home whites with the gold helmets, the purple breezers, the Muskies in their road blacks. As we are underway, as the Muskies control the puck, going back in behind his own net is Jace Jackson. They come out the other way, pop it out into neutral ice. Broncos feather it right back in where the Muskies pick it up and bring it out to the far side of the ice. Dremel slaps one, picked up by Wicklund. He carries it into the zone, drops it into the corner. Dremel chases it down there. Centering pass right up front. Clem puts the pad up against the post, freezes the puck there, and we get our first whistle here 22 seconds into the hockey game. Good start for the Bronx.
Yeah, good forecheck.
Good forecheck, very aggressive. Face-off will come to the left of Clem. The junior goaltender, will get to say that both ways as the Muskies win that face-off. Jackson flips it into the near corner. The Muskies look to clear along the line, but the Broncos knock it back in behind Clem in the Muskie net. Puck goes along the far half wall. Shot there from the point, kicked away by Clem into the near corner. Pinching in to keep it in the zone is Kaler. Kaler in behind the net. Dremel knocks it towards there. Centering pass out front by Besh. Nobody home there for the Broncos, and the Muskies skated out. Their first opportunity into the Bronco zone. Flick it in. Head to the bench, chase in. There's a dangerous hit from behind there on Sari, and fortunately he got up there as the puck is in the far corner. Throwing it towards the line is Dremel. It comes out to center ice where the Muskies pick it up. Muskies flip it into the zone here with Detaro. Into the corner, Sari has it. Pinched in there. Dremel knocks it in behind the net. Picked up by Kaler. Backhand misses Beneke. To the point, picked up there by Kemp. He throws it into the far corner. Muskies have it along the end wall. Jermaine joins in to try to pick up the puck there. Teams battle for it there. Puck finally comes loose to the near side. Going to be picked up there by Dremel, who hasn't gotten off the ice here 90 seconds into the hockey game, and he's going to take no icing. They're going to wave that off. Back to pick it up there is going to be Kemp for the Muskies. He brings it up along the near wall. Hell throws it towards the net, tipped in front, wide, and goes into the far corner. Jermaine had a chance at it, flicked along there by Mike Ward. Comes into the near corner where the Muskies have it. Long pass there. This will be an icing call on the Muskies, and we'll have our second whistle here. 15-11 remaining in the first period. No score here between the Muskies and the Broncos. Thoughts, gentlemen?
Good start.
Pace.
Good start.
Real good fast start.
Seem to be able to keep the puck in the zone, seem to be able to possess the puck, which is a very good sign. Face off to the right of Clem. It'll be Jermaine for the Broncos. I won't make a guess on the Muskie players, folks. Muskies control it after the win by Bartnichuk. Muskies throw it along the far half wall and bring it out to neutral. Through the zone, bouncing puck picked up by Tucker Hill. He skates to the red line, looks to dump, but the Muskies pick that up. Again, pushes it towards the net. Muskies look to clear the zone, but kept in. Battle along the near half wall as the teams look to bring it out. Kept in at the point there nicely by Beneke. Now Beneke heads to the bench as he gets the line change completed. Muskies look to clear it out to center, and they do. Schultz whips it back in. The Muskies the Broncos take up as the Muskies pick up the loose puck. Turnover. Gonzalez trying to find Smith going down the slot. That was knocked away by Fort Frances. Broncos keep it in the zone, however. Good work by Borger. Clem out of his net, knocks it back into the near corner. Going to be picked up there by Nolan Mann. Turns, and the Muskies will fire this down, and it should be an icing call, as that will be wide of the mark, and a much-needed line change for the Muskies. Yeah, it looks like the Broncos are shot out of a gun here. A lot of loose puck getting there, and let's hope they can keep that up for 51 minutes. Face-off will come to the right of Clem. Borger will take the face-off for International Falls. Shots on goal, 3-0. You can see that on the scoreboard in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. Jackson picks up the puck, looks to make a move there. There's a chance for Gonzalez, and the puck just skipped over his stick. Possible 2-on-1 here for the Muskies as they come into the zone. Shot, Nemec, first shot he sees, gets it into the glove, and he hangs on to it off the shot by Kachuba. Down the side, 2-on-1, and always a tough opportunity there. Whether should I shoot, take the shot, pass it, and Nemec did a great job of seeing where that puck was going. Face off to his right. Nobody yet to control. Muskies, there's a quick shot that was deflected, comes wide of the mark. Comes off the end glass. Nelson has it. He flicks one towards the net. Chipped there by Kachuba, wide of the mark. Muskies throw it back into the near corner. Nelson will keep it in at the point. His wrister from the point. Nemec gets a stick on that off the end glass. Chewy tried to come up with that. That's Travis Kaler when I call him Chewy. Puck still in behind the net. Teams battle for it there. Dremel finally picks it up, flicks it out. Nelson keeps it in. His wrister hits Dremel. Dremel now down the far side. Trying to support in here is Besh coming into the play. Dremel loses the handle on the puck. Besh picks it up. He loses the handle on the puck, and Muskies ready to come back the other way. Out to center. Muskies flick one into the corner. They'll call an icing call here, as that was a stride and a half or so short of the line. What are you guys laughing about?
Oh, Besh.
Just finished his check over there right in their bench.
Okay.
I could see it coming for about 2 minutes there.
Hey, you guys keep an eye on that stuff for me. That's good. That's what I need you here for. Face off to the left of Clem. Won by the Broncos. It'll come out of the zone. Tucker Hell races back to pick that up as he's being hounded there by Mike Ward. Turns back along the far wall. Into the Muskie zone. The puck comes, picked up there by Jermaine. Jermaine flips one to Smith. Smith, save, Clem, goal! Wow. Smith picks up his own rebound, puts it in the back of the net, and the Broncos lead it by a score of 1-0. Talk a little bit about the goal, guys. That was good hard work again, and to get an opportunity.
Jermaine with a nice little tic-tac-toe.
Bad turnover by the Fort Frances defensemen at their own blue line. Most important spot on the ice.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, the aggressive forecheck by the Broncos really created that turnover.
Smith just snuck behind the defenseman there.
So 11 from 6, I would guess.
Yep.
We'll get the scoring, but we'll get that officially here in a moment as the puck right back into the Muskie end. They have it in their own corner. Try to clear the zone. Picked up there by Smith. He loses the handle on it. Eleven from 6 as we come back to the call here. Sorry, knocks it out towards the point. Tipped out by Smith, and the Muskies will regroup at neutral zone. In the neutral zone. Flick it into the Bronco zone, in behind the net, into the near corner. Sorry, weighing his options against Cousino as they battle for the puck in the corner. Puck finally comes loose. Peyton Davis picks it up to Cousino, out to the point. Wrist shot there, came with a weird deflection, and Nemec was right on it, gets a stick on that, and flicks it up into the netting, and we'll get a face-off to his left, as that shot there was by Jackson Gartsky, as both teams will get a line change here. We're 4 minutes and 43 seconds into this hockey game. The Broncos lead it on a Jordan Smith goal by a margin of 1-0. Face-off controlled by the Broncos. Skifstead tried to flip it out of the zone off the wall, kept in by the Muskies as they throw it in behind the Bronco net. Comes back into the near corner. Skifstead takes a peek, now skates up the wall, looks for Borger. Borger tips it out to center ice. He'll pick it up there. Gonzalez waits to come into the zone with him. Drop to Gonzalez along the far half wall. Tried to flip it along the corner there into the corner. Little miss on that attempt there. Going back to pick it up was Noel Mann. Tried to clear the zone. Kept in there by Schultz. Knocked out to center. Kaler knocks it back in. Skating back to pick it up here now is going to be Gartsky for the Muskies. Webb tried to go back to Gartsky as they play a little give and go, and now the Muskies ready to clear the zone. Cross ice pass does not connect. Borger has it. Tried to go back to Schultz. Borger tried to flip that one out of midair. Good skating there by Bardner-Chuck, and finally Skifstead knocks it outside of the zone. Teams will battle right in front of the penalty box, and back to pick it up. Ooh, near turnover by Kaler. And boy, almost an opportunity there was Nolan Mann. Out to center by Kaler. Flipped right back in by the Muskies as both teams are changing here on the fly. Kaler knocks it into the near corner. Going to be picked up there by Kachuba. He flips it in to the end wall. Centering pass tipped away there nicely by Wicklund. There's a shot. Save. Nemec wasn't sure where it was. Rebound. Kick save again by Nemec, and the Broncos head out the other way with Wicklund. Albright had one opportunity. Good shot by Wicklund there. Clem kicks that away and knocks it into the near corner as Wicklund was all alone and still got a shot opportunity off there for the Broncos. Coming into the zone, the Broncos. There's going to be our first penalty of the game as tripped up there, I believe. That looked like that was sorry, and so the Muskies will pick up the first penalty, and the Broncos will go on their first power play. Looks like that might be Jace Jackson, number 14 on the trip, as this penalty comes at the 6:23 mark. And we'll see how the Broncos fare here on the power play. They'll bring out Wicklund, Gonzalez, Germain, Dremel, and Kaler on this power play. Face-off controlled by the Broncos. Quick wrister by Wicklund, wide of the mark, goes into the far corner, kept in by Kaler at the point. Gonzalez has it along the far half wall. Flicks it in behind to Germain. Germain back out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez had to skate in and pick that puck up. He skates in behind the net. Looking to go to the far side to Wicklund. Wicklund, his shot was deflected. The Muskies will try to flip it out, but they won't get the job done as Germain picks it up. Out to the point to Dremel. Dremel tried to leave it there. He picks up his loose puck. Gets it off to Germain along the half wall. Dremel, his wrister from the point, nearly deflected by Gonzalez as it went wide of the mark. Muskies looking to clear. Battle along the far half wall, tied up there by Germain and unable to clear as Kaler kept it in. Big slapper there into the body of Clem, knocks it down, covers it with a glove, and stops the clock with 9:51 remaining in the first period. 1:15 on the power play as the Broncos really have had the territorial advantage here along the way as they've been keeping the puck down on the far end from us.
That's a lot easier to play in the O-zone.
As a defenseman, you know all about that, right? Face-off, won by the Muskies, and they'll fire that all the way down. Nemec out of his net to settle the puck down there. Now he'll knock it in the near corner away from Sark. Tucker Hill with a head of steam down the near wall, gets to the red line, loses the handle on it. Muskies flip it back into the Bronco zone. Anthony Sari, cross ice, looking for Beneke. Beneke was looking for Smith. It'll come loose, and the Muskies will send it all the way down the ice with 45 remaining in the power play here for the Broncos. Nemec flips it into the far corner. Beneke will pick up the loose puck. He flipped it back in behind, nobody home, so he'll chase it down, bring it to the near side. Tucker Hill, far side for Sari. Tape-to-tape pass there. Sari brings it into the zone. Looks to give that one up to Skifstead, unable to connect, and the Muskies send it all the way down. Under 30 now remaining in the Bronco power play. Tucker Hill in behind his own net. Heads far side, just out of the reach of Beneke. Picking it up there will be DeTaro as he tries to send it along the wall, and the Muskies will finish it, bringing it in. Nemec leaves the puck there for Kaler with 10 left in the power play. Cross ice pass. Broncos had to be careful there. Maybe a chance for too many men on the ice, and it better to take the icing call than take the penalty.
Yeah, in these games, these big games, these moments, it's a lot easier said than done, and I know that.
Yeah.
But once you get on the power play, you just need to relax. Everyone just needs to calm down and make the smart passes.
So you're saying maybe trying to push the issue a little bit too much on this power play? Yeah?
Yes, we're rushing it way too much.
Okay. Face-off will come to the right of Nemec. 6 seconds remains in the power play, so essentially over as the Broncos win the face-off. Kaler knocks it to the near wall. Erickson will pick it up there, tries to flip it out to center ice, and back on is Connor Nelson, who had the penalty, not 14, it was 4. Broncos in behind the Muskie net, they send the puck. Unable to control it there, picking it up are the Broncos. On the backhand here, on the offhand is Smith. He skates all the way around, gets into the corner, flips one in behind the net. Back out to Smith. Smith being hounded there by a Muskie player. Now in behind Clem. Clem has a pad up against the post, and the Muskies look to fire it out to center ice, and they do. Good wheeling pass there by Mike Ward, gets it into the Bronco zone. Erickson back, flips it up along the half wall. Cousino taps that back into the corner. Ward tries to go back out to the point, messed up there by Erickson. This is Avis in the slot, gets hounded there by Jackson Germain. He flips it into the corner to relieve some pressure, and the Broncos now control. Kaler out to center ice. Muskies pick it up there as they bring it in, bring it out, and they say all the way back into the Muskie zone. We'll get a face-off to the left of Clem. And so let's talk a little bit about the power play, and you talk about not forcing it. Why?
It's so much easier to make, because the best thing you can do on power plays is keep the puck on the ice and pass it around until you get a good shot opportunity. It's a lot easier to make a pass when you're calm and relaxed.
Does it come down to the fact that the defense can make you force a little bit of that stuff?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Puck in behind the Muskie net, leaving it in the corner there for Nelson was Jackson. Broken up there by Wicklund. He sends it into the far corner. Skating back to pick it up here is going to be Josh Ward. He flips it back in behind the net. Nelson has it there, flips it up to center ice. Picked up as the Muskies come into the zone. Nolan man checked off the puck there. Throwing it towards the net. Barnachuk, that's intercepted by Sari. He flips it off the wall and out to center. Muskies skate back in their own zone. Gartsky will head into the corner to pick it up as we approach 7 minutes remaining in this first period. Broncos lead it 1-0 here. Along the near wall, Nolan Mann flips one up into the air. That's knocked down by the Broncos and now picked up at center ice by Sari. Sari biding his time. Cross ice for Hell. Hell tries to thread the needle, nearly got through there as the Muskies come back the other way. Sari went for the interception and almost paid the price as Mann lost his stick. Now everybody trying to find the puck, get themselves organized. The Muskies need to tag up, and Sari from behind his own net. Eyes up, looking, waiting, nearly fanned on the pass as the Muskies have amped up the forecheck a little bit here as they throw it back in. Nemec out of the net, leaves it there for Hell. Hell turns to the far corner. Tried to go up there to Gonzalez. That was broken up nicely by Kachuba. They battle for the puck along the far half wall, and the Broncos will finally come up with the loose puck. Gonzalez to Skifstead. Tried to push it up the ice a little bit, but the Muskies fire it right back in. Sari turns, looks, tries to take an icy call there, knocked down by the Muskies. Puck loose in the slot, picked up there by the Muskies. Shot, Nemec with the glove save, and a beauty on the shot there by Albright. I think it was 8 and not 9, and
Needed a whistle there.
Needed a whistle there. What's changed over the last couple minutes? The Broncos had that power play, but now is it just that the Muskies have turned up the forecheck, or is it maybe the Broncos being a little sloppier?
I think it's the Broncos not making their passes really right now.
Lost a little bit of momentum. It happens.
It's just the way it goes. It'll be Peyton Avis versus Jackson Germain here to the left of Nemec with under 6 minutes remaining in the first period. Broncos leading 1-0, tied up off the face-off. And the loose puck will be picked up by Schultz. Schultz in behind his own net, comes back into the corner, looking for Kaler. Kaler, cross ice pass, right into the tape on Beneke. Beneke into the zone, and Jackson Germain beat him in by a half a stride. And we'll get a whistle and a face-off right in front of the Muskie bench on the far side of the ice. You're shaking your head, Simon. What's going on?
It feels good. The Broncos.
It feels good.
The Broncos are making me feel good right now. They look really good out there.
Face-off controlled by the Broncos. Schultz sends that all the way in after the face-off win by Germain. Muskies look to clear, and they eventually back to pick it up as Schultz. Wheels around in his own zone to Beneke. Beneke plays it off the wall to Germain. Germain fires it in. Clem couldn't settle the puck down there, and the Muskies will pick it up. Send it towards the point, but it's broken up there by a hard-charging Beneke. Fired into the far corner as the Broncos continue to keep the pressure on with the forecheck. Muskies finally get it out to center ice. Peyton Avis battling with Beneke along the far side. Finally, Avis comes up with it. His backhanded pass broken up by Smith, who fires one in backhand. And now back to pick it up is going to be Detaro. Detaro goes into the far corner to Kemp. Back to Detaro. Detaro decides to come up the far side. Now cross ice pass that doesn't connect. Off the bench is Besh. He fires into the zone of the circle. Lets a wrister go. Clem played the angle very, very well. Comes up with the save with 4:50 remaining in this first period. Broncos leading it 1-0. Don't forget, in between the first and second periods, we'll have a little mini mighty might hockey out on the ice. So George and Darcy will do their bestest to give us a little action on that, and we'll give the voices a break, and then we'll come back with more of the second period as the Muskies control the face-off, get it out to center ice. Sari sends it right back in. Nelson now along the near side. Up into neutral come the Muskies. They fire it in on the dump and chase. First one to there, going to be the Muskies. Man, couldn't pick up the puck coming back the other way. Dremel fires out of the zone. Now into the Muskie zone on his backhand. Look, waits, fires. Clem gets the kick save, rebound, knocked away by the Muskies. As Simon Palm throws his head back in, oh, how could they have not finished the deal? Tucker Hell wheels back into his own zone, leaves it off there for Sari. Sari weighs his options, tries to come back the other way. Good job there by Hell to pick up that loose puck. Dremel fires it into the far or near Muskie corner, excuse me. Muskies, Nelson to Jackson. Jackson now out to center. Muskies look again, 2 dump and chase as they bring it in. Nemec weighs his option, says, nope, I better stay in the net. Picking it up there is going to be Kachuba. He goes out to the point. Right back to Kachuba along the far half wall. His pass is tipped away, but right out to the point. Shot from there, knocked down by Sari. Sari looks to chip it up to Gonzalez. Gonzalez gets it out to center. Near turnover. It is going to be a turnover. Here comes Parker Zavonin. Backhand. That shot goes wide of the mark. Off the wall, picked up there by Borger. Borger tried to go right back to Gonzalez, but it was tipped through. And now coming back the other way, the Muskies. Cross-ice pass. Intercepted in the middle. Head of steam into the zone. Left there by Avis. Kachuba chips one up in the air into the near corner. Bodnar will get there first. Now battled for it in the corner where Erickson has it. He skates in behind his own net. Backhands one out the far side to Savonin. Tried to clear. Gartsky keeps it in. Wrist shot there. Tipped in front. Nemec kicked that way with the left toe. And now here comes Savonin back the other way. He's knocked off the puck by Kachuba. Muskies control the puck with under 3 remaining in the first period. Turnover at center ice. Gonzalez had it, then he turns it over as that was Bodnar that knocks it into the corner as both teams in the middle of changes. Erickson goes far side. Savonin couldn't quite control that, but does get it off to Borger, who gets to the red line, sends it in as the Broncos will complete the change. In behind his own net, DeTaro. Waiting, now goes out the far side. Muskies try to clear it, kept in by Germain. He turns around, flips it towards the net, intercepted by the Muskies, and they'll knock it out to neutral. They'll play it off the wall, and it will be an icing call as they play very nicely coming back there. Well done, Peyton Avis and Tucker Hell. No need for any extracurriculars on a shot like that. You don't need to pick up a penalty there.
You can rough each other up a little bit, though.
Broncos regain the momentum here.
Yeah. We got back in the swing of things.
2:18 remaining. They lead by a score of 1-0. Face-off control by the Muskies. DeTaro knocks it in behind the net, then picks it up there. On his backhand, got tripped up, no arm in the air. Jackson Germain picks up the loose puck, gets tied up with the official. Now the Muskies. Far wall, this is Mike Ward. Ward now battling along with Smith. They joust, both fall to the ice, exchange some pleasantries. Hell keeps it in at the point. Now battled for there, and the Muskies get it out. Cross-ice pass. Picked up there, knocked down. Sorry, got a little body on him there. Knocks it away and picks up the loose puck. Wheels in the own zone. Now throws one towards the net. Bounces off the end wall. Going to be picked up there by Kemp. Kemp tries to come back to DeTaro. Broncos come up with a turnover. Controlling it here. To the point, there's a one-timer by Hell, and Clem kicks that away with the left pad. 1.5 minutes remaining in this first period. Puck battle for along the end wall. Comes loose into the corner. Knocking along is Avis. Muskies cross-ice pass out to center. Puck comes loose into the Broncos zone. Race for the puck. Who's going to win it? Not sure yet. Sorry, and a Muskie player there and throwing out front. Good job there by number 11. That is Josh Ward, who gave the Muskies an opportunity. One thrown towards the net. Cleared away by Tucker Hell. 1 minute remaining in the period. Centering pass from behind the net off the stick of Josh Ward, and it goes out to center ice. Muskies tag up, send it all the way in, and Tucker Hell back to pick it up with 50 remaining in the period. He throws one off the wall, but it's kept in by Nolan Mann. His pass deflects, picked up by Besh. Besh knocks it out to center. Besh plays it along the blue line, off the wall, picked up by Wicklund. Wicklund makes move, pass Nelson, waits, picks his spot. Clem comes up with a save, cannot hang on to it though, and the Muskies look to clear it out of the zone, and they will. Back the other way come Fort Frances. Along the wall, there's a shot. Nemec kicks that away off the stick of Kachuba, I believe. They battle for it in the corner. Ooh, good job there as Nolan Mann was tripped up there on the body check, and the Broncos get it out to center with under 10 remaining in the period. Back to pick it up here is going to be Webb. Webb will just skate it out in his own zone, flip it out to center, and the first period is going to end with the Broncos with a 1-0 lead, a 12-6 edge in the shots on goal. Thoughts before we turn it over to the Mini Mites?
I thought it was a fun period to watch. There wasn't a lot of whistles. It was all good flow in the game.
That was an excellent period for the Broncos.
Good
Best
flow,
period of hockey
yeah.
I've ever seen.
Best,
Honestly.
say that again.
That was probably one of the quicker periods of hockey I've ever seen.
It was a very fast-paced period, and you just don't always get those, especially in a battle game. You seem to get a lot of whistles, people trying to push the puck and do other things, get it onto the goaltender. Goaltender makes a save, and so we see those things going on there. So 12-6, the shots on goal for the Broncos here. They lead it by a score of 1-0. We'll take a break and we'll come back with more here from Bronco Arena. You're watching Bronco Boys Hockey on kcc-tv.org and on Midco Channel 7.
This wasn't like practice today.
Now he's going after. Now he understands. Hey, there's a puck out here. Finally found it. Well, welcome back here to Bronco Arena. In between the first and second period, the Broncos leading by a score of 1-0 at the, I got to look at my rating here, the 3:58 mark of the first period. Jordan Smith put the Broncos on the scoreboard after an assist by Jackson Germain. Good turnover at the blue line, you guys mentioned. And that was the only goal in the first period. The one penalty in the first period went to Connor Nelson for a trip at the 6:23 mark. Saves in the first period, Darian Clem for the Muskies had 11, and Mitchell Nemec had 6 for the Broncos, as the Broncos had the shots on goal advantage at a margin of 12-6. And I will tell you that the dance for the cheerleaders is after Chuck-a-Puck. I just got confirmation from the cheerleader coach. I know her quite well, and well, we got. Well, I actually thought about that, Joe. Joe is talking about trying to, where we're standing in the balcony by the elevator, for those of you that aren't aware. And we were talking about Chuck-a-Puck and whether we could get it over the net and all the way out to center ice.
I think it's worth a shot.
It's worth the shot?
If anything, it's just a donation.
When I used to broadcast from the other location, the heater always got in the way. I always hit the heater. So I quit doing it.
They still talk about the heater over there. When they threw out the Bourbon the one year, there's like 33 or whatever that came out. One of them hit the heater, came straight down, almost nailed me in the head.
Right in the box.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
It landed on the ice.
On the ice.
But I was leaning over the ice.
I noticed while I was watching the girls' game last night that there's a new heating system. There's new ductwork on that side. It's a little bit differently shaped, and it definitely has made the temperature in Bronco Arena
nice.
A little bit different. As I sit here in my football.
I had to shuck off the jacket.
Yeah, had to get rid of that, and so both teams have been in the locker room now for close to 15, 18 minutes. I always ask, what goes on in the locker room? What's going on? I'll let you take the Broncos side of it. I'll make Simon take the Fort Frances side.
Just basically sitting there thinking about what went good in the first period, what went bad, what do you got to work on,
and what do they got to work on?
Yeah.
What is Coach McDonald and the guys saying to him?
Pretty much. That was a good defensively. The only thing I think is getting the puck out of the blue line, or getting the puck out of the zone right before the blue line instead of getting turnovers right there. I noticed that a couple times. Or in the middle of the ice, just get it out. Don't try and stick handle around guys, because that never works.
All right, let's. You go to the other side. You get to be Chris Sinclair now, the first-year head coach for the Muskies, who used to be the girls' head coach.
New coach?
Yeah, they got a new coach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and anyway, same last name, but anyway. So you're head coach Chris Sinclair. What are you telling the Muskie players?
At this point, you just gotta. It's only 1-0. You gotta make sure your players know that you're still in this. It's one goal, and really, they've had. The shots are doubled, and I think that's about right. I think the Broncos have had about double the time, but Fort Frances, they have some good opportunities.
Is it something where the Broncos really need to be careful about with a letdown here at the start of the first period? Because you went out and you played, out of the 17 minutes, you probably held the edge maybe 13
or
14 minutes. So all of a sudden you go in the locker room and you're kind of going, hey guys, we played pretty good. We did, and you get a letdown. How do you avoid that?
You can't get comfortable. Like you said, it's only 1-0. You can't get comfortable. You just got to keep up the pace and just keep playing your game.
So, okay, I'm going to go back and let you play the Muskie head coach here. The Broncos seem to be very aggressive on the forecheck. So how do you get the Broncos out of that aggressive forecheck?
Counters.
Well, counters, DDDs on breakouts, but mostly getting it to their wings, and then once the defenseman passes it to their wing, the next pass is the most important pass, almost in hockey. Because if you make the right pass to the open guy, you're on a breakout.
Is it somewhere where the Muskies might start sending somebody deep and trying to get behind the Bronco defense to see if they can bring that center back out and make them play it that way?
I would think in this game they definitely will.
Well, as the buzzer goes off here, that's telling the teams it's time to come back out on the ice, and they'll switch ends, and Darian Clem will be to the right on your screen, and Mitchell Nemec will be down on the left-hand side as we get ready here for this second period, and I'm truly looking forward to more of what's going on. We've got one more Bronco contest before the Christmas officially strikes, and that is the Bronco girls heading to Crookston tomorrow for a game. Got to play dad before you can play announcer, right?
Oh, I guess so.
Always.
Keep everybody happy.
Duty
and,
calls.
so, had to put the hockey equipment somewhere for the boy. I mean, nothing's too good for the prince, right? You understand that. You're the prince. Your brother, he doesn't get any of that
No,
stuff.
not
Or
yet.
wait, or is he the baby of the family?
He is.
You can tell us the truth.
Yeah, he is.
He is. Simon knows about that. He's the baby of the family too. So anyway,
Sadly.
sad.
He's catching up though to me. He's catching up.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's get this thing underway, boys, here as we get ready for the second period. Again, a great crowd here. I think if the people had to scrunch together a little bit, we could fit, maybe another 100 people, 120 people in the seats, but there's a lot of people upstairs staying nice and warm up in the heated concession area. But let's get this second period underway. Again, the Broncos will be going left to right in this second period, and we'll see what changes have been made.
And another thing, even though Mitch didn't get a lot of action that first period, when they did have shots, he was sharp. He looked good.
He looked good, especially that first glove save that he had to make after it had been a while into the
Tip,
game.
too.
And the tip, you are right. Bartnichuk will take the face-off against Besh, and we have this second period underway. Connor Nelson, cross-ice pass for Jackson. Muskies tip it into the Bronco zone. Puck comes in behind Nemec, picked up there by Kaler. Puck deflected out front, near opportunity for Bartnichuk. Puck will come all the way out, race for the puck. Good bump there by Jackson on Wickland as the Broncos knock it in behind. Clem out of the net, slows the puck down, goes into the corner. Besh, first one there, flips it into the corner. Dremel, bodies in there, get knocked away by the Muskies, and a little bit of water there. That puck, I don't know how there could still be water out there, but there is right here in the near corner. Puck, big hit there by Kaler as the puck knocked around center ice, and now the hits come around. Ooh, and there's another big collision between Dremel and Albright. I believe that is on the far side. Broncos bring it in. Tied up now. Opportunity. Best shoots. There's a kick save by Clem. Rebound. Knocked away there. Off the stick of Besh, and now Nelson will turn, go cross ice pass. Body there in the middle of the ice. Loose puck nearly picked up by Smith. Another big check between Kaler, and that again is Kachuba this time, as the Muskies finally knock it into the Bronco zone. Going to be picked up there by Smith. Smith comes to the near wall. Picked up the loose puck, Jackson into the Bronco zone. He's knocked out the puck by Kaler. Puck comes loose. The hitting in the first 90 seconds of this second period, more than we saw in the entire first 17 minutes of this hockey game. Puck up along the far half wall, and the Broncos will knock it up out of play, and we'll get a face-off back to the left of the Bronco goaltender.
That's an exciting start to the period.
I know
was
you
waiting
guys
for
are
that
over
big
here.
hit.
I know you guys are over here bantering behind my back, and I can't quite pick up what's going on, but you guys like what you see.
Yes.
Hey, there's multiple ways to start good on a period, and I think that's one of them.
That's one of them. Face-off won by the Muskies. Shot from the point, never got there. Hit some traffic in front, comes out towards the blue line. Picked up by Mike Ward. He throws one out front. There's a shot for Peyton Avis, wide of the mark. Comes off the end wall, now picked up by Avis. To the point to Detaro. Detaro goes cross ice. Shot that one towards the net as I was expecting it to go to Kemp. Deflected away. Broncos look to chip it out to center ice, but kept in. Kemp, near point, knocks it in behind the Bronco net. Picked up there by Warders. He's brought to the boards by a Bronco defense. And now the Broncos look to clear it out. Jermaine looking for an opportunity. Cross ice pass comes loose into the neutral. Detaro slaps it in towards the Bronco net. Nemec deflects that away, held in behind the net. Sorry, skates up out of his own zone. Along the wall, Beneke nearly hit Smith in stride. He couldn't control the pass. Broncos need to tag up, and they do. In behind the net, this is the Muskies. This is Webb. He loses the puck. Beneke picks it up in behind the net. Centering pass deflected away there by Kemp. Webb along the wall to Josh Ward, who flicks it out. No, stayed in the zone. Now the Muskies will get it out. Near side, coming in the zone, Avis. Tried to leave it there. Nobody home for the Muskies. Finally picking it up there is going to be Nolan Mann. His shot towards the net deflected away. Here comes Skisted back the other way. Leaves it there. Nobody able to get the puck. Finally, Gonzalez gets it right up front. Clem, the kick save. Knocked away, and then Ward knocks it in behind the net. Comes to the wall and out to center ice. Bardenchuk in. Shot, never got onto the net, goes in behind the net. Big body check there by Skifstead. The Broncos come away with the puck. And, no, we're going to get the penalty there. That was, I did not see the hand come up, but the Muskies are going to go on their first power play of the game here, as Skifstead will pick up the penalty here at the 3:18 mark. Pardon me.
I might get another 2 there. He's talking to him too much.
Well, he's already got a 5.
And he got a 5.
Boarding.
For boarding, thank you.
It looked like he put up interference at first.
Yeah, and I thought I saw this. I thought I saw a hold, and then yeah. So this is going to be the biggie here.
Boarding, I guess.
No, yeah, official call was.
Okay. So the boarding call will be the 5-minute variety on the senior Ben Skifstead.
He had a lot of speed coming. He's back checking there pretty hard, and then he just followed that guy in the corner.
So we have a delay here while the Muskie player is attended to in the far corner, and I did not see what number it was.
Me neither.
Shots on goal in the period, 2-1 in favor of the Broncos, 14-7 overall in this hockey game, as there's 13:42 remaining in the second period. The Broncos lead it by 1-0 on a goal by number 11, Jordan Smith. And Mitchell Nemec coming out and having a chat with one of the referees, which I want to know what was that conversation about?
I don't know, honestly. He is.
As Travis is doing the same thing, trying to figure out what they're calling. It's just clarification.
So looks like the Muskie player is on his skates and still trying to pick up the number.
21, maybe?
21. Okay, that's Bardenchuk. He doesn't look big enough. Could be 11. Josh Ward. It could be that. Bardenchuk, a pretty tall kid there. He didn't look that tall, but we'll get the face-off to the right of Nemec. A 5-minute power play here for the Muskies, and how much of a momentum change could this be in this hockey game with the Broncos leading it 1-0. Nelson, far side there to Bodnar. Bodnar gets a return pass. His shot deflected in front, never got to the goaltender. Nemec, Kaler backhands it out of the zone. Gonzalez going to be the first one there. He picks it up, lays on the brakes, knocked away by by Bodnar. Bodnar leaves it for Nelson, and now Nelson out from behind his own net. Nelson up the center of the ice, makes a move, avoids a poke check there from Gonzalez into the zone. Now stops, sets up the power play. Bodnar to the far side. Here's a shot and a goal. No, that did not go in. I thought I saw the net get rippled away, and the referee said no on the shot there by Mike Ward, and the Broncos will send it all the way down and get a change in penalty killers. Connor Nelson up along the near wall. Goes far side. Picked up there by Avis, who tries to settle the puck down. Tucker Hell all over him, creating some havoc. Kept in at the point, and then the Broncos will send it all the way down. Another race for the puck. Dremel will get there. He's got support with Besh. Besh taps his stick. They try to go to him right out front, and Clem got a stick on that, and a little help there from Bodnar to knock that away. Dremel still on the forecheck. 3:40 remaining in the 5-minute power play, and a little extra between Bodnar and Dremel as here come the Muskies out to center eight. Cousino across the blue line. Leaves it there. Albright back to Cousino, and that shot never got onto the goaltender. Broncos knock it into the far corner and look to clear the zone, and they'll send it all the way down.
Great penalty kill so far.
Broncos get one new penalty killer out there. Good move by Jackson, but forechecked by Gonzalez. Takes it away. Looking to try to get it to Besh. Broncos being very aggressive. Could pay the prices. That could be odd man going back the other way as the Broncos send it in behind the Muskie net. Jackson settles the power play unit down with 3 minutes remaining. That pass broken up by Jermaine. Broncos send it right back in where Detaro has it. He left one there, and Jermaine all over that, forcing Jackson back to pick it up for Fort Frances. Cross-ice pass looking for Detaro. Jermaine breaks that up, backhands one into the Muskie zone. Jackson will try to start it again in behind his own net. All over him is Wickland. Pass out into the neutral. Picked up there by Bardenchuk. Cross-ice pass. Connor Nelson into the center ice area, now into the zone. Had his pocket knocked away there by Gonzalez. Broncos look to clear, but kept in. Nelson from the point, waits, wrist, deflected. Puck knocked away by Jermaine into the far wall and able to get it all the way down. 2:15 remaining in the power play for the Muskies here as the Broncos will get 4 fresh penalty killers on. Nelson, hope from behind his own net, center of the ice. Gets it off to Mike Ward. Ward on his backhand into the zone. Dremel, a little bit of a body there. Ward gets by him, tried to put one on the net, but he has to go wide into the near corner. Broncos look to knock it out. Besh gets the job done. Back to pick it up to Taro. Cross ice pass looking for Avis, and a little bit ahead of the action is Albright as he comes in a little bit early, and we get a whistle with 1:47 remaining in the power play.
That was impressive. This is impressive so far.
Yeah, I like how they're being aggressive on the PK here.
Can you be too aggressive?
Oh, definitely.
No, that was pretty good.
That's about the right amount of aggressiveness.
Yeah,
That's the hardest part is
at least for
if you're on
it's working
penalty
right
kill
now.
and you beat the defenseman to the puck in their own end. That's the hardest thing to do because
Face-off just outside of the Muskie zone. They win the face-off, get it into the Bronco zone, and then picked up there by Schultz, and he fires it all the way down. Back in behind his own net. This is Jackson, bodied up there by Besh. Besh takes it away, trying to wrap around, rebound out in front. Dremel whiffed on the attempt from close range, and here come the Muskies back the other way. DeTaro into the zone, 3-on-1. DeTaro comes back the other way, broken up at the last moment. Good job by Schultz to come up and break up the shot by Albright. Shot by DeTaro. That's deflected, never got onto the net. Kaler tried to feather one away, but kept in at the point as the Muskies bring it out to the point. Cross ice. Jackson tried to go to Avis on the back door, and he missed on the pass. Picks it up. Out to DeTaro. DeTaro back to Avis along the far half wall. Into the circle, back out to DeTaro. Top of the slot. Shot deflected away and out to center ice, and that will force the Muskies to come out and tag up. Broncos will get a couple of fresh penalty killers on as Wicklund back out on the ice. He breaks it up and gets a turnover on his backhand. Tries to flick it in, but hits the referee along the far side. No, Wicklund has it. Trying to kick it loose and kick it into the Muskie zone. Back to pick it up, Kaler. Beneke trying to send it down to the ice. Wicklund pops one up in the air. A little bit of a body in there at center ice by Bardnerchuk, and now here come the Muskies. Mike Ward into the zone. Gets past Kaler. Loose puck picked up by Wicklund. Jackson keeps it in at the point. Cross ice pass, skates in. Shot, save, rebound, laying out front. Nobody able to get a stick on it. Finally goes in behind the net, and Nemec comes out and dives on top of it with 10 seconds remaining.
Wow.
In the 5-minute power play here for the Muskies. And still good, 4 minutes and 50 seconds of very good penalty kill.
I don't know how Nemec found that puck. He was on the complete opposite side, and the puck wasn't even in the crease when he covered it.
8:52 remaining in the first period. Broncos still lead it by a score of 1-0. Face-off will come to the left of Nemec. Go ahead.
No, this would be huge for the Broncos when they kill this off.
Bodner will take it for the Muskies, and winning the face-off there for the Broncos was Borger. Puck in the corner. 5 remaining in the power play. Out to the point. Gartsky looks, shoots. That puck deflected wide of the mark. Comes into the near corner. Broncos at full strength. They kill off the 5-minute penalty on Skifstead for boarding. Puck bounces out to center ice. Gartsky takes a big swat at that, knocks it back in, and now picking it up there is going to be Sari. Sari gets it out. Possible breakaway opportunity for Borger.
Here we go.
Comes in all alone. Good defensive back. Clem comes up with the save as Borger got it onto the pads of Clem, and then Clem knocked it away. Centering pass by Skifstead. Gonzalez was tied up, and now we got a penalty coming up on the Muskie. Shot saved by Clem, and we'll get the penalty here. And it's going to be a cross check on Bodner.
Yep.
And the Broncos will have their second power play of this hockey game.
It's a little frustration cross check there.
So we're just past the halfway mark of this hockey game, and the Broncos still only lead it. And I say only because it feels like the way they've been playing, they deserve better than a 1-0 lead. So we'll get a face-off to the left of Clem. It'll be Avis versus Jackson Drain, 2 redheads. I know you can't tell that in there, but I know both those kids, those crazy kids. Face-off 1. Kaler, slap shot. Never got onto the goaltender. Up along the half wall, the Muskies get it out to center ice. Knocked cross ice by Kaler. Wicklund will pick it up, bring it into the zone. Gets knocked down for his efforts along the near wall. Nelson comes in from behind, takes it down, and nearly got the referee right in the skull with that pass. Broncos, Jermaine, his shot deflected, comes into the corner. Avis gets there first, up towards the point. Kaler tried to kick at it, skipped right through his skate, and now races back. Cross ice pass looking for Dremel. 85 seconds remaining, turnover. Avis has it. He gets knocked out the puck by Kaler, then chases it back down. Kaler in behind his own net, goes out the far side. Back to the near side to Wicklund. Wicklund into the zone. Leaves it for Gonzalez. Gonzalez tips it in the corner, looking to get the power play set up. Out to Kaler. Back to Gonzalez in the circle. Skates to the dot. His shot deflected off the skate of Connor Nelson. Goes high, nearly hit the netting. Wicklund to the point. Dremel. Back to Wicklund. Wicklund leaves it in the corner for Gonzalez as the power play settles down a little bit. Shot by Wicklund. Clem knocks it down, covers up the rebound. Stops the clock with 6:55 remaining in the second period. 48 in the power play. You're shaking your head now.
My whole life I've been playing hockey and watching hockey, and I've always had a theory that if you have a penalty, and like if you have a 2-minute penalty or something, it will be so hard to get another penalty. The refs never call it.
Very difficult to get a 5-on-3. I understand what you're saying.
Over there in the corner.
Face-off controlled by the Broncos. Sari has it at the point, being hounded there. Beneke picks it up. Waits. Into the corner a little bit, now leaves it for Smith. Back to Beneke. To Smith behind the net. Deflected away by DeTaro. The Muskies come up with the turnover. Albright sends it out to center where Tucker Hell has it. Everybody's got to tag up as they fire it in. Hit that bad spot in this door that the players assured me was fixed, but apparently is not fixed. That's going to cost somebody a game someday, and people are going to be very unhappy about that. Smith has the puck in the near corner. Hounded there by the Muskies. Smith picks the puck back up. Skates parallel to the blue line. Top of the slot. Tried to make a move. Albright tried to clear. There's a shot from the point by Tucker Hell. Wide of the mark. Now along the far half wall. Power play is over for the Broncos, and back onto the ice comes Bodner. Broncos send it in. They'll get fresh bodies out onto the ice. Muskies. Jackson looks to the far side. Into Bardner. Here comes Bardner. Shot. It's saved by Nemec. He knocks it down and he covers it up. And we'll get the whistle here, and 5:54 remaining in the second period. Now what are you guys discussing over here behind my back again?
I was asking what that noise was.
Pounded on the glass down there.
Oh. Well, I think what you're hearing is this. Right? Because you're rubbing your thumb on that microphone, Joey.
No, I heard.
Oh, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a whoop, 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 and I know that is that microphone sound. I know that. Face off to the right of Nemec. That's okay, Joey. Kempf. See? That's him. Behind the net, Broncos. Erickson tried to leave it there. Almost put it right in front of Nemec. Out to the point. Gartsky shot. That goes wide of the mark. It's laying behind the net, and it goes up onto the netting, and we'll get a whistle here with 5:38 left in the second period. The score remains 1-0, just like it was after the first 17 minutes. And of course, the Muskies, they're used to playing 20-minute periods. They get 60 minutes per night. Where on the American side, we only get 51. Must be the exchange rate or something,
Oh,
right?
gosh.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Face off outside of the Broncos zone, far side of the ice. Nobody yet really to control it. Avis skates in. Throws one towards the net. Nemec takes the stick, flicks it into the far corner. Broncos tried to clear it. Gartsky keeps it in. Puck comes loose. Skifstead tried to go to Gonzalez, but he couldn't control it. Muskies send it in behind the Bronco net. Into the far corner, Kaler. Back to Erickson behind the Bronco net. He goes back to Kaler along the far side. Skips right over his skate. Here comes Skifstead. In all alone. Shot. Kick saved by Clem. Puck comes loose. Picked up there by Gartsky out to center ice. Mike Ward throws one into the center of the ice, kind of kicked around there, come back the other way. Dremel waits, trying to stay on side as Gonzalez. He does. Dremel has it knocked off his stick. Kaler retreats into his own zone to pick up that loose puck. Flicks it out to center. Ward picks it up there. He'll have to wait for his teammate to get in back on side, and now Ward avoids the check of Besh, comes into the near circle, now into the corner. Stapled to the boards there by Kaler. Puck battle along the half wall, the end wall. And now the Broncos come away with it. Along the far side, chipped up into the air. Loose puck, Wicklund into the zone, one-on-one against Nelson. Wicklund waits, tried to go back to Besh. The puck came on to Clem, and he knocked that away. Besh in the corner to Wicklund. His centering attempt right up front. Dremel tried to flick that one in the air, but Clem knocked that away off of his stick. Into the near corner. Off the end wall. Broncos with a couple of good opportunities there, but the score remains 1-0. Nelson out to center ice. Hell plays it off the far wall. Knocked away there by Josh Ward. Josh and Mike Ward try to keep those guys separate. Here's Nolan Mann into the zone, throws one towards Nemec, gets the glove, and the referee, as Nemec was trying to drop it, blew the whistle, and the clock stops with 3:48 remaining in the second period.
That was the old insta whistle there.
It's an industry term, right?
Yeah.
The old insta whistle. I like that. That's good. I'll have to try to use that one in the future.
Insta whistle.
Insta whistle.
The most annoying thing in hockey.
Face-off will come to the right of Nemec. Controlled by the Muskies. Out to the point. This is Jackson, cross ice. Now back to the back door. Albright, kick save by Nemec. Excuse me, that was Kachuba. And we get a whistle. I believe the net off of its moorings. Pegs. Which one do you guys call it?
Pegs.
I think they're called pegs. We can't call them moorings
No,
anymore.
I'm not saying you can.
Oh,
You asked us what should we call them.
I did. I don't know if they've got new pegs.
I think that's
or
at Cary
moorings.
they got the new pegs. Maybe not here. They need new ones though.
Face off, yet to be controlled, and now the Broncos have it. Looking to escape the zone there are the Broncos, and they do. Picked up there by Jackson, who flips it back into the far corner. Comes in behind the Bronco net. Tucker Hell has it there. Knocks it into the corner. Bodner race for the puck. Battle on the half wall. Now Smith has it. Smith knocked down for his efforts. Puck comes loose at the center. Jackson near side. Waits, flips one towards the net. Goes wide of the mark. Bodner races for the puck, but the Broncos get there first. Knocked towards the blue line and now out to center. Wicklund had an opportunity there, but hit the referee again. I think that's the second time in the last couple minutes. Muskies back into the Broncos zone, under 3 remaining in the second period. Along the far half wall. Chuba lost the handle on it, picked up by Smith. Smith harassed there, puck still laying loose, somehow escaped the zone, comes to the near wall. High hit there, that probably could be an elbowing on the high hit there from the Bronco player, but none coming. Jackson across the red line into the Bronco zone, right down the slot, offside as the shot comes on to Nemec and knocked away, and everybody being a little more sensitive right now as the seconds tick away. Things are going to get more are getting a little more tense.
Yeah, in this last 2 minutes and 30 seconds, it's gonna be fun.
So we'll get a face-off outside of the Bronco zone.
All we got to do is stay
That
out
outside
of
is
the
another
box.
reason why you don't argue with the ref. He's sitting there pissing and moaning to the ref, and then the guy carried it, and he was offsides.
There you go. So Coach Chris Sinclair of the Muskies wants to know why the call, and referee told him exactly why. And we'll have to agree to disagree as the face-off back underway here. Broncos have it back in their own zone, get it out to center. Jackson knocks it towards the Bronco zone, still at neutral, now comes into the zone. Skifstead has it. Tried to get it there to Borger, but it's chipped away to the near wall. Muskies retreat back into their own zone. Kemp, cross ice for Jackson. Jackson threads the needle to Avis up the center of the ice. Into the Bronco zone, good back check by Borger. Knocked that puck away, and he'll pick it up in behind his own net. He goes with it. Along the far wall, Broncos look to clear it out to center. They get it out of the zone. Kemp, I thought knocked it right back in. He does. They'll wait for the Muskies to get all tagged up. And Kaler has it in behind his own net with under 2 minutes remaining in the second period. Cross ice pass. Does not connect there. Turnover right out in front. Good chance for the Muskies off the stick of number 22, Mike Ward. And Nemec comes up with the save. And we'll get a face-off to his right as
Taylor's going to the box there. Pretty sure.
Little, as
He
you
got a
mentioned.
little left hook in there.
Aha. So Kaler, 2 minutes for the rough.
Did he get roughing?
He did.
Oh, yeah.
Penalty at the 15-16 mark. So the Muskies.
A little bit too much love tapping going on out there.
Muskies will have the rest of the period to be on the power play unless they score, of course, or another penalty of some sort. So we'll get the face-off outside of the Bronco zone, near side of the ice. Avis will take it against Besh.
Yeah, It should be in the zone.
Yeah, that's on a penalty. Isn't that where it should be?
Yeah, I think that's what they're
That's what
figuring
they're
out right
talking.
now.
That I agree. It should be.
Well, I mean, we'll take it.
We'll take it, definitely.
Muskies win it back. It'll come right onto the goaltender, Clem, who puts his stick down on the ice and gets ready to start this power play. Bodner from his own zone. Out, gets a return pass, stretch pass looking for Avis along the far side, and it'll be a icing call here. We haven't had many icing calls in this game.
Just on the Muskies.
And
3 or 4 of them.
that one,
That could have been dangerous if he connected on that pass there.
on the power play, you hate to take them, but sometimes worth the chance. So we'll get the face-off to the left of Clem. 1:30 in the period, 1:46 in the Muskie power play. Avis against Besh. Controlled by Besh, shot right onto Clem, and he comes up with the save. Bodner turns, gets it to Mike Ward along the near wall. Ward will leave it to Bodner. Bodner sends one towards the Bronco zone, picked up there by Sari. He turns, flicks it out to center. Retreating in his own zone, Bodner. Cross ice for Nelson. Nelson gets to the red line, knocked or stopped there by Dremel, comes back the other way, and the Muskies will send it in. Nemec out of his net, leaves the puck there for Hell, who tries to wrap it around the boards, but it's kept in by Bodner. 1 minute remaining in the period. Muskies have the power play set up. Bodner, top of the slot, shot deflected, went wide of the mark, rebound knocked away by the Broncos as it comes into the near corner. Teams will battle for the puck there. Muskies control. Try to go in behind the net. Sorry. Makes a turnover there, knocks it out, kept in. Connor Nelson stepped in. His shot fired high over the top of the crossbar. Comes off the end wall all the way out to Bodner at the blue line. Knocked in behind the goal line now. Tried to go back to Avis in the circle. He skates in towards the net. Save, shot, goal. The rebound, Nemec made the first save, but the rebound right to the Muskie player, and we are tied at 1 with 27.6 remaining here in the second period.
Can't give the Muskies more than about 3 power plays. They'll connect on at least one of them. They're always good on the power play.
So that was the second power play of the game. 1 for 2 now, the Muskies obviously, and we'll pick up the official scoring here, as I did not see. I was looking for the puck, and all of a sudden it was in the back of the net. Did not pick up who scored the goal there, as the Broncos control off the face-off, throw it into the into the Muskie end. DeTaro races back for the puck with Gonzalez. Puck in the corner now. DeTaro has it. Comes back into the near corner. Jackson, hounded there by Gonzalez, looking for the turnover. The Muskies try to feather one out there. Jackson finally does, as Barnerchuk has it with 4 remaining. Comes into the zone on the back end, waits, shoots, kicked away there by Nemec right before the horn, and we'll head to the final period. Tied at 1. The shots on goal in that period, 12-9 in favor of the Muskies, and the saves, Nemec will have 11, Clem will have 9, as we are tied at 1 after 2 periods, and we'll see if we can hear the official scoring when that opportunity comes around. So if I heard that right, 22 Ward, right? From number 13, Peyton Avis, and number 8, Jacob Albright. So that's your official scoring there. And guys, a good period for the Broncos. Unfortunately, they're going to go to into the locker room tied.
Unfortunately, they were in the box for around half the period.
So, Simon, what did you see?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good period. Just
sometimes that's the way the game goes, right?
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, in the first intermission, it's only 1 goal. It's all something has to do is bounce the right way, and it's a tie game. So
it's 1-1 going to the final period. Go ahead.
It just sucks because it was right at the end of the period. Those are always backbreakers.
That's a momentum going into the locker room. 1-1 here, and is this going to be a game where it's only going to be 2-1, or do you see things maybe opening up here in the third period?
I think it's going to be a close one.
I think the Muskies score. There'll be a couple more goals here. We got a little back and forth action.
We'll take a break here, and we'll come back. There you'll be able to see Chuck a Puck, and of course the cheerleader dance will come up after that, so stay tuned for that. You're watching Bronco Boys Hockey right here on KCC-TV.org and on Midco Channel 7.
only
using it to
camera?
record. You're just using it to see.
Okay.
But you're the only camera, so it's very.
The only camera.
And you basically were the only camera in the last period.
Oh, that's
You were
good.
showing everything.
Yeah, there's a family resemblance.
On Monday.
That'll be a good one.
Welcome back here to Bronco Arena as Chuck-a-Puck is underway, and I'll flip the camera over here while George is resting because he's going to have a big third period coming up here, as he will be our only camera guy. Look
That
at
one's
all
in the blue, I think.
Look at all the Chuck-a. Jeez, still being fired. You didn't buy one. You didn't chest your arm from over the net. Would have been
It's on my budget right now.
not in your budget. $1 not in the budget. That's a true college student talking, right there. And well, let's talk about the Vikings and the Packers. Have you haven't gone over to the dark side and started cheering for the Packers because you live in never.
I won't let them.
Never. I wear my Dalvin. The first week I was there, everyone's on there with their Packers gear. I showed up with my Dalvin Cook jersey and the Vikings bucket hat and just got stared at the whole time.
That's
it's a good thing the Vikings lost, probably. Otherwise, I would have got my butt kicked.
Yeah, well, they aren't going to lose on Monday night. That's
They
my
can't.
prediction.
They're at home, right?
They're at home. The big thing is, we're pretty sure Delvin's out, but if will Madison be there? Because if they don't have Madison,
good.
If they don't have him, I don't think Boone can do all the work that he needs to do.
Who's the other guy? Abdullah?
Yeah, he probably would get some time back there as well. I just honestly, this is how I think. I think the Vikings are going to go into the air. They're going to put the ball into Kirk Cousins' hands and see what happens. Number 19 is going to come back.
He's coming back.
And he's going to end up with about 8 catches for about $137 and a couple of TDs.
2 tutties.
And the Vikes come up with a win. That's my prediction. Of course, big weekend for football. The Division III championship game is tonight. The Division II championship is tomorrow. North Dakota State plays tomorrow, looking to get back to the finals. Of course, 3 big NFL games on Saturday. The bowl games get started, and the Vikings could be in the playoffs by this time tomorrow night. The Rams could have their lunch handed to them by the Niners. If the Rams lose, the Vikes are in.
There.
Yeah, you would think the Niners got a lot to play for, looking for a home seed all the way through.
They just got upset by the Falcons.
Yeah, they're going to come in a little bit upset there. I would agree. So things look good that way for the Vikes, and I honestly think they win their last 2 home games. And the scary part about that, they could end up 12-4. And
be the 6th seed.
And it could be the 5 or 6 seed along the way, and who knows what could happen. I know somebody was saying, well, let's get the 5 seed so we can go to Dallas or Philly, and I understand.
That.
I understand what you're saying, but you also got to be careful what you wish for, because
I get to go to the 29th game though, when they play the Bears at home.
I heard about that. Merry Christmas. Well, let's watch the dance here by the cheerleaders. Short and sweet. Well done by the ladies there. I know they, when I talked to the coach, she said it's going to be much shorter than it has been in the past. Don't know why, didn't ask, didn't figure I needed to know. It's the way it was going to be. So
It was kind of a good break for a player.
yeah, I was just showing you the clock. It's only 8, I say only 8:33. Of course, we started at 7. But it's you mentioned the periods have been whipping by. We've only had 4 penalties in the game and kind of cruised on by here. And let's run down the scoring from the period. The lone goal in the second period came at the 16:33 mark on the power play for the Muskies, as it was Mike Ward scoring on the assist from Avis and Albright. And we are tied at 1. Shots on goal, 21-18 through the 2 periods. 11 saves for Nemec in that period for a 2-period total of 17. 9 for Clem in that period for a 2-period total of 23. Penalties in that period. Number 7, Skifstead took a 5-minute boarding penalty at the 3:18 mark. Fort Frances took a cross-checking at 8:52, and then Kaler took the roughing penalty that led to the power play goal for the Muskies. We sit there at 1, and I don't mean to talk about the obvious here, but that next goal is so vitally important. Is it, do you press to try to find that goal, or does that, if you press for it, do you kind of find yourself maybe giving up that goal?
Just, I don't know, just forecheck hard. Kind of, Broncos have had a pretty well-established forecheck this game. As long as they keep that up, the goals will come. Just don't try and force the issue. Good things happen if you work hard.
You said relax, slow things down, and play the game. Things will happen, right, Simon?
Hopefully, we'll get a bounce or two and
a little puck
luck.
That's what we always talk
Something
about.
the Broncos don't always get, but
happy to have you along here on Midco Channel 7 and also on Facebook, YouTube, and kcc-tv.org. Hopefully you are enjoying this. If you are and you'd like to make a donation to KCC-TV, we would certainly appreciate that. You can go to kcc-tv.org and find the place where it says you'd like to make a donation or become a sponsor. We would love to have your support. That will allow us to do more hockey, basketball games, and swim meets this winter. Off the face-off, controlled by the Muskies back in their own zone. Quickly out to center into the Bronco zone. He'll come right on to Nemec. He'll blade it down there, and he'll cover it up. And just 9 seconds into this third period, we'll get our first whistle as the face-off will come to Nemec's left. Besh, we're going to get a line change here right now. Everybody looking back saying, have we got 5 out there on the ice?
9 seconds in?
Yes.
Wow.
So, hey, coach saw something. You want to make that last change. Somehow he wanted to do that. Off the face-offs. Yes, all matchups here as Nelson's shot is knocked down. Broncos send it out to center ice. Nelson goes back towards the Broncos zone. Chipped in there by the Muskies. Back into the near corner. Avis tried to chase that one down. Now he has it in the circle. Goes out to the point. Skating in. Shot deflected high off the stick of Savonin there, off the shot there by Jackson. Now the Broncos, after some collisions in the corner, skate out 3-on-3. Savonin sends it in. Dremel will turn, heads to the bench. And we get a whistle. As I was looking back on the play,
He shot it, when he dumped it in, it went on net.
It went on net and Clem covered it up.
Yep.
Thank you. Whew, I couldn't figure out what was going on. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna see who's coming onto the ice. Whistle. Face off to the left to Clem. Controlled by the Broncos, and unfortunately gets out past Hell out into center ice. He gets back in his own zone, being harassed there by Kachuba, and finally the puck goes into the Muskie zone. Kemp races back along with Hell in behind the net now. Picking it up there, Smith. Smith goes out to the point looking for Jackson Germain, but unable to connect. That puck went out to center. Muskies have it. Kemp goes right back onto the goaltender, Clem, and he says, I'm not taking any chances in a 1-1 hockey game. I'm going to cover that up. I'll take the face-off to the right of him. And one shot on goal here in this period so far. It belongs to the Muskies.
That line of Smith, Germain, and Bennick looked pretty electric today.
Yeah, they seem to be working well together. They seem to know where everybody is going to be.
Buddies.
Muskies control off the face-off, skated out to center. Cross ice pass, looking to come into the zone. Shot towards Nemec, he just deflects that away to the end wall. Kachuba leaves it off for Albright. Looking back to go back to Kachuba. Broncos knock it up, kept in at the point by the Muskies. In behind the Bronco net now. Kachuba skates into the corner. Kachuba goes out to the point. Shot from there, got onto the goaltender Nemec. He knew it was coming, got his body on it, couldn't control the rebound at first, but then jumped out and covered it up after it hit a skate and came back towards him. And both teams will bring 5 fresh skaters onto the ice. For the Broncos, it'll be Dremel, Besch, Kaler, Wicklund, and Erickson. For the Muskies, it'll be Josh Ward, Brady Bartnerchuk, Nolan Mann, Connor Nelson, and Jace Jackson as the Broncos control the puck. Here comes Wicklund into the zone. Gets a sharp angle, now decides to go back in behind. Couldn't get a centering pass there, but picks up the loose puck. Clem kicks that one away into the near corner. Out to the point to Erickson. His shot, hit a skate, deflects right onto Wicklund. Shot, scores! Went top shelf over the glove of Clem, and the Broncos regain the lead by a score of 2-1.
Wow, that was a great shot by Whitman.
Oh, the snipe.
So this goal will come at the 2:04 mark as Wicklund picks up his first goal of the game. Erickson should get one of the assists, I believe. But more importantly for the Broncos, they regain the lead here at 2-1. And you kind of feel like maybe that was a little of that puck luck that we talked about. They got a bounce.
Got a bounce.
And Wicklund was able to pick it up, but we'll get the official scoring here in a second as we are back underway. And the puck must have hit a Bronco player as it got deflected up there. And so wait here for the official scoring. Face-off just outside of the Bronco zone. Muskies win it, throw it right in behind Nemec. Erickson will skate after it. Picks it up there, goes back in behind the net. Helped out there by Kaler. Kaler comes back into the near corner. Wrapped around the boards, Dremel tries to tip it out, and he gets the job done. Wicklund picks it up. Besch along with him, and a good job there by Gartsky to knock that one off the stick of Wicklund. 9 from 10 and 13, so Erickson doesn't get a sniff in the scoring there. I thought he had one of the final touches there, but it'll be Besch and Schultz that will pick up the assists. Broncos have it in behind their own net. There's a turnover, Cousino right up front. Nemec, a save, and then the rebound, and Mike Ward puts it in, and he ties this hockey game just 51 seconds after the Broncos took the 2-1 lead.
Didn't last long.
So Ward will pick up his second, and a turnover there by the Bronco defense. And that's sometimes the way that it goes. And we are tied at 2 as this goal comes at the 2:57 mark. 53 seconds officially after the last one. So we're back to all even as the face-off controlled by the Muskies. Kemp goes up the far side, and it's deflected into the zone. Back to pick it up will be Sorry. Takes a swipe at it along the near side. Albright couldn't hold it in, left off for Jermaine. Jermaine tries to avoid some body contact. Puck comes loose into the Muskie zone. Muskies look to clear back out to center. Kept in there by Smith. Puck cross ice. Muskies have it there. Looking to go out the far side. Deflected back there, and we'll listen to the official scoring. So they give Avis a assist there as well as Cousino picks up the first and Avis the second on the second goal by Mike Ward. Back to the play-by-play here. Puck in the center ice area. High up in the air it goes. Now Sorry picks it up. Backhands one towards Hell. That will come into the near corner. Took a weird hop off the door area there as well. And the puck now loose in behind the Bronco net. Sorry picks it up there. Looks to find a way out of the zone, but it was knocked down there by Nolan Mann. Puck now does come out to center. Sorry has it. Sorry comes into the zone. Bartnerchuk, little slap from behind there and knocked that puck away. On the end wall, Borger has it in the corner. Comes out to the point to Gonzalez. Skips over his stick. Here come the Muskies back the other way. Good job by Kaler to break that up as Mann had it. Tried to center it, hit the back of the net. Sorry knocks it into the corner now to the point where it's kept in by the Muskies. Jackson being harassed there by Gonzalez. Muskies looking to break through here, take their first lead. Sorry's going to take an icing penalty here as he sends it all the way down the ice. And that'll allow both teams to get new personnel out. And we'll get a face-off to the right of the goaltender Nemec. 12-13 remaining in this third period, tied at 2. Shots on goal just as even at 23-22. Varnachuk takes it for the Muskies. It'll be Besh for the Broncos. Puck comes loose, controlled by Wickland. 2-on-2 with Dremel into the Muskie zone. Wickland tried to flip that one by, gets bodied off the puck there. Good job by the Muskie defense. Puck thrown towards the Muskie end wall there, and then the Nelson sends it out to center ice. Dremel on the far side, picked up by the Muskies. Besh takes that away, and now a loose puck onto the stick of Kaler. Goes cross ice looking for Dremel, intercepted by Nelson. He skates into the Bronco zone, goes to the backhand, waits, looks for his opportunity, plays it into the near corner. Nobody there. It'll come all the way to the near half wall, picked up there by Ward, who sends it in behind the Bronco net. Loose puck picked up by Besh. Besh pops one up in the air and sends it into the student section up where the young folks are at, and we'll get a face-off, I would assume, back to the right of Nemec, but we'll see. Yes, that's where the official says it will go. 11:25 remaining in the third period.
It's really evened up.
It's evened up.
Especially on the shot, especially on the scoreboard too. I didn't even realize that.
Face-off controlled by the Muskies. This is Ward. Goes back out to the point to Gartsky. Tried to go back to Ward, intercepted by the Broncos. Avis sends it right back into the Bronco zone. Nemec out of his net, leaves it there for Hell. Intercepted by Ward. Oh, he nearly had the hat trick as Nemec was looking the other way, and somehow that puck hit the skate of Nemec as Ward tried to jam it in on the near post. Here's the Broncos back the other way. Jermaine, centering pass right up from Beneke. Oh, I think he thought it was in the net. He made me want to say it was in the net. As the puck loose in behind now. Into the near corner it comes. Bronco player knocked down. Into the far corner, Gartsky. Along the wall. Muskie send one up in the air and doesn't clear the zone. Smith has it. Smith into the corner, leaves it in behind the net. That's going to be picked up by Gartsky. He tries to go to the far side, knocked down, and now the Muskies bring it out of their own zone. Into the Broncos zone, taken down there, Avis, and we'll get a penalty here as Sari, I think, will pick up the hold, hook. Could have been a multitude of things there, but Sari will take the penalty, and the Muskies will go back on the power play here with 10:24 remaining in the third period. So 6:36 remaining, or 6:36 into the period. That's when the penalty comes. The Broncos will bring Dremel, Besh, Schultz, and Kaler out on the penalty kill.
Yeah, this could be a big momentum swing right here.
This is a biggie right here. The Broncos did kill off a 5-minute penalty early in the second period, but the Muskies did score on the power play. There's a shot from the point that went wide of the mark, and the Broncos do get it out of the zone. So the Muskies are 1 for 2 on the power play so far in this game. Muskies look to start from their own end, out to center ice. Cross ice pass back here to Avis. Avis lays on the brakes, then fires one into the far corner. Going to be picked up there by Ward. Ward goes back to Nelson, back to Ward along the far wall. Mike tries to skate off the wall, then leaves it back to Nelson. Albright along the end wall, uses his big body to bring it to Avis. Avis looking, waiting, goes out to the point. Nelson. Nelson waits, shoots wide of the mark. Comes back out to the point, and keeping it in there is Bodner. Avis backhands one into the end wall. Picked up there by Albright. Albright tried to leave it there. Kaler sees a loose puck, sends it all the way down. Comes right on to Clem, who stops it there. A minute remaining in the Muskie power play. 9:20 in the third period. Tied at 2 here in the border battle between the Muskies and the Broncos. We thought it would be tight, and it has been the entire way. Muskies looking to regroup in their own end. Nelson has it in behind his own net. Comes into the corner, still not really controlling the puck. Gonzalez keeping the pressure on here. Nolan Mann goes in behind his own net. Wheels out the far side, leaves it for Nelson. He tips it along. Hell has it, sends it all the way back in with 25 remaining in the power play for the Muskies. Starting from behind their own net, right up the center of the ice now. Puck comes to the far wall. Nolan Mann hits the linesman in the backside, and the puck comes loose, and Germain sends it to the Muskie blue line where it's picked up by DeTaro. DeTaro skates back, leaves it in the center ice. Going to be picked up with health. 3 seconds remaining in the power play, so the Broncos will kill it off here. 8.5 minutes. We're halfway through the third period. Asari comes out of the penalty box, sends it to the wall. Germain tried to flick one up along the glass, and he sends it into the end of the arena.
It's not the NHL.
Yeah, exactly. That had been a 2-minute penalty. I was thinking about that exactly. And so we'll have a face-off at center ice with 8:17 remaining in the third.
Is it a penalty even if it's in the offensive zone?
It's a penalty if you shoot it out of the play with no deflection, no matter
No
what.
matter where
no
it is.
matter where it is.
I thought it was just if they shot it from inside their blue line.
There's a good shot by Dremel that Clem got the pads to, and the puck comes out to center ice. Muskies into the zone. Along the near wall, big check there by Dremel to knock Albright off the puck. Off the wall, here come the Muskies. Chuba right at the doorstep, and Nemec comes up with the save and sends it to the far wall. Kemp, his shot from the point. Wickland knocks that down. Possible breakaway here for Wickland. Comes in, shoots, scores! Somehow beat Clemmer, and Wickland gets his second of the game. Second of the game. And the Broncos regain the lead at 3-2. Unassisted? Should be, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, block shot, unassisted.
9:16 mark of the first period, and the Broncos again take a 1-goal lead.
Beat them on both sides now. Got
Just
glove
want to put
side, got
something out
block.
here. What were my predictions before the game?
3-2.
No. I told Joe before the game, I said, I think Wickland's going to get 2 goals.
2 goals. You hit her on the head. Would you like to see him get a third, though?
I would love it.
As we're back underway here, as the puck played right in front of the Bronco net, right at the blue line, Germain finally comes up with it, flicks it into the Muskie zone. Back to pick it up is Declan Webb. Being harassed by Smith, he knocks it into the corner. Pinching in to pick it up is Beneke. Beneke puts it in behind Clem. Picked up there by Germain. And we got an interference penalty somewhere behind the play. I did not see it, but the referee, the backside referee, saw it. And who's the guilty party? Who's coming to the...
Who's it on here?
They opened up the falls box.
Okay, I kind of figured that's who it was.
Brendan.
Benny.
This is on Beneke.
I didn't see it. Did you guys?
No, I didn't see anything.
So right back on the power play. Go
Maybe it
the
happened behind the
Muskies.
play.
9:44 this penalty is the time of it, so we'll have a face-off to the right of Nemec. Muskies 1 for 3 on the power play in this hockey game. Avis against Besh for the face-off. Besh wins it. Sari has it. Wheels along the wall. Harassed there by Ward. Ward doing some good work, comes up with the puck, leads it off for a teammate. This is Albright. Albright goes to the point. Back to Avis along the near half wall. Comes to Albright below the goal line. Back to Avis. Out to Bodner. Bodner goes to Nelson. One-timer high over the crossbar. Avis. Back to Barnard. To Nelson. Again. Wrist shot. Nemec has it somewhere. And Dremel saw the puck come through Nemec's legs. And then the official lost sight. So did I. Clock stops with 6:47 remaining in the third period. 1:32 in the power play. Broncos will bring 4 fresh penalty killers out onto the ice. Avis against Jackson Germain in the face-off circle. Controlled by the Broncos and then knocked away by Ward. He has it along the wall. Cross-ice pass looking for Avis. Somehow got through the stick of Gonzalez. Avis sets it up. Near half wall, right in the slot. Shot by Ward, rebound, deflected away over the top of the crossbar as the Muskies had a good opportunity as Nelson stepped all the way in from the point. Gonzalez, some good work, knocking it out past Bodner as the Muskies will retreat and reset. They come back the other way, unable to connect. Erickson will go back to pick it up. Nemec actually fires it into the near corner. Gonzalez got tied up there a little bit, couldn't clear the zone. Kept in, Bodner to Nelson. Nelson in the circle, skates, shoots wide of the mark, comes off the end wall and goes all the way down the ice. And the Broncos, 4 fresh penalty killers on as we go under. 6 minutes remaining in the third period. Broncos lead it 3-2 in this border battle. Near turnover in the Muskie zone. Bardnerchuk, cross ice pass. Picked up there, Muskies into the zone. Deflected away, nice job by Tucker Hell out to center ice. Back to pick it up, Cousino. Cousino had hit pass, deflected away, picked up by Jackson. Jackson wheels around in his own zone, goes to the far side of the ice. Being harassed there by Besh. Now here come the Muskies into the zone. On the backhand is Bardnerchuk. Tries to go cross ice to man, deflects out to the point. Skating in, shot, Nemec saw it all the way, knocked it down off the stick of Detaro, and covers up the loose puck with 10 seconds remaining in the penalty. To the Broncos, Beneke. And got a stray glove down on the far end of the ice that will get picked up. And looks like maybe the Broncos will escape here on this penalty kill. .5:26 left in the period. Could be in the game as we're in the third period. Puck finally knocked away by the Broncos. That should end the power play here for the Muskies as Jackson skates back to pick it up. Cross ice pass coming out of the penalty box. Beneke picks it up right into the zone, looking for Smith. Smith on the backhand, gets pushed wide by Jackson. Good job there by the Muskie defense. They come back the other way, into the zone. Try to chip one towards the net was Nolan Mann, knocked away by Schultz, picked up there by Smith. Smith into the Muskie zone, lays on the brakes in the circle. Rister goes wide of the mark. Germain has it, leaves it for Beneke. Beneke chases it down in the far corner, gets pulled down gently, and the referee says, oh, he did that nicely enough, no penalty. Puck being knocked around in the Muskie zone. Picked up there by Albright. Comes cross ice, looking for a headman pass there, broken up by Schultz. Dremel, who seems to be playing with a little extra energy in his legs. He's been everywhere tonight, seems to be chasing down pucks. Puck still in the neutral. Now back into the Broncos zone. Kaler, cross ice pass for Sari. Sari off the wall out to center. Muskies knock it back in. They'll have to tag up. Sari skates into the near corner to pick it up with just over 4 remaining in the third period. Besh pushes it along. Muskies turn, push it back the other way. Puck comes loose. Knocked around. Dremel try to body it along. Besh gets it into the zone. Dremel just knocks it in as the Broncos get a fresh body onto the ice, and Tucker Hell. Puck comes to the near half wall. Got kicked out into the slot area, picked up by the Muskies. Here they come into the Broncos zone. Good job by Tucker Hell taking the body and the puck away there on Bodner. And Bodner kind of looks back at him and says, how did you do all that without getting a penalty? Back the other way. Broncos look to put some pressure on here, but the Muskies come back the other way. Knocked off the skate there of Besh as he heads to the bench as Bodner sets up in his own zone with just under 3.5 remaining. Gartsky into the near corner looking for Webb. He misses that. Gonzalez off a weird hop gets it over the top of the net on his shot after the weird deflection off the wall. Back in behind the Muskie net. Gonzalez thought he had it, skipped over his stick. Webb has it. Webb goes back in behind his own net, goes into the far corner, and the Muskies are just going to take an icing penalty here as they needed to get new personnel onto the ice. Exactly 3 minutes remaining in this third period. Broncos lead at 3-2.
Yeah.
Crunch time.
Crunch time.
Wonder when
Clemmer will come out of the.
Wonder when he's going to get yanked. I'm guessing.
And do you call your
right
timeout
around 2
before it
minutes.
happens?
Yeah.
See,
I'd say next whistle probably call a timeout.
next face-off possibly down here. A little early with 3 minutes left, but at the 2-minute mark, and I know Chris Sinclair likes to wait as long as he possibly can. We've talked about that in the past. Broncos centering pass knocked away by Avis. Gonzalez on the end wall doing some work down there. Trying to keep possession. Germain backhanded centering pass taken away by the Muskies, and they come back the other way. Good job by Kaler with the hip check. Puck comes loose. Germain has it. Plays it up along the wall. Picked up there. Kemp shot deflected into the corner. Battle on the near end wall. Picked up by Mike Ward out to the point. Cross ice pass. Kemp shot. Somehow Nemec found that puck. Hangs on to it. 2:23 remaining. Yes, too early to call the timeout and pull the goaltender here, I believe.
Me too. I don't think.
But the next one,
If it was 2 goals,
then it would
I would-
then it'd definitely be coming here. 28 shots on goal for each team. The Broncos lead it 3-2. Face off. Won by the Muskies. Shot, kick save by Nemec into the far corner. Bodner throws it in behind the Bronco net. Centering pass comes right up front. Dremel knocks that into the corner. Shot! And Nemec gets the blocker up there to knock that one away off the stick of Bodner. Comes out to the point. Jackson had it skip over his stick, and the Muskies will have to regroup at center. Jackson along the wall. Picked up there by Kaler. He fans on the pass. Bodner skates in. Loses the puck on a good body check there by the Broncos. Erickson gets it out of the zone. Wickland looking for the hat trick. Comes in one-on-one. Goes to the forehand and lost the handle on it. Maybe a little knock away there by the Muskie defense with 1:45 remaining in the third period. Dremel, centering pass, deflected away by the Muskies. They get it out to center, tipped along, and that'll be an icing call with 1:35 remaining in the third period.
Now is when I would call a timeout. No, that's just me.
That's just you?
Yep.
It's a
Need at least a minute to get down there.
It's a
and set it up.
possibility. Could happen. We'll
But
see
they are
what,
in their own
and
zone.
there it is. Well predicted, Joey. Like you played this game once or twice before,
Yeah, a
huh?
couple times.
So the timeout taken by the Muskies here with 1:35 remaining.
the whiteboards are coming out like we talked last time.
Yes, we talked about that in our what are
X's
they
and O's.
what are they actually X and O in? Because the rest of us are all non-hockey players up here. You guys
Yeah.
both were hockey players. So you were a goalie in the 8th grade. Did they have hockey that long ago? George Frake, I'm
Even have a
talking to
helmet?
everybody. And they did. Did you wear a helmet as a goaltender? He did.
Yeah,
he
I
did.
don't
Okay. Well, that helps explain maybe a little bit why you're not exactly all crazy along the way. But so, what is the Xing going on? What are the Broncos being told to be thinking about offensively? Because the puck is the face-off is in the Muskie end.
Offensively, win the face-off. Just get pucks on. Offensively, you got to win the face-off, get pucks on net. And then the D zone, just watching for that extra guy. Just normally playing your position, but keeping an eye on the extra guy. Maybe he's high in the slot or back door. You just can't let him sneak around.
Coach Sinclair, what are you going to do?
Oh well, if I'm Fort Frances, I know he's on the whiteboard writing the formations that he wants to line up here, and they're gonna predict winning the face-off to the corner, and then as soon as that puck crosses the red line, and they have control of it, the goal is coming.
Clem's coming out of the zone, and so
And then it's three bodies on the puck at all times.
So the faceoff comes to the right of Clem with 95 seconds remaining in this third period. Broncos leading it 3-2 as we reset it here for you. Faceoff comes to the near wall. Nelson sends it all the way to Ward on the far side, who deflects it out to center ice. Bardenchuk in a race with Sari. Sari gets a deflection on it, and did it go up into the Bronco bench? I believe that it did. And a heavy hit there between Ward and Tucker Hell. And I'm hearing extra whistles, and that gets me nervous about what they're thinking about.
Well, extracurricular.
I don't see any hands going up in the air, so I don't think we're going to be anybody going
Trying to figure out
shorthanded.
where to get the face-off.
Clem about 4 strides out of the goal down there for the Muskies as the Muskies win the faceoff. Come to the near side. Bardenchuk chips it along in. Here comes Clem out of the net. Extra attacker will be coming on as the net is empty for Fort Frances. Hell has it. Puck taken away from him. Puck comes loose. Out to the point. Kept in by Nelson. He fans on it. Gonzalez had a chance at it as he poked it away. Then he backhands one towards the net. Oh, it hits the post and does not go in. That's incredible.
Oh my goodness.
The math on that one, the physics. How does it not go in? Puck loose in behind. Nelson has it with 50 remaining in the period. Leaves it in behind to Jackson. Jackson being harassed there by Besh. Retreats back, comes out the other side. Turnover, Gonzalez. Oh, I thought he had it. It's knocked out to center ice. 40 remaining as the Muskies come into the zone. Left there for Bodner. He couldn't control it. Gets it to Bardenchuk, but he couldn't control it. DeTero along the near wall. Shoots it towards Nemec. He blockers that one. Picked up by the Muskies. Centering pass deflected away by Nemec. Put down by Avis. Save! Shot! No! I think Sari got the save on that one. And a big slash there as they're letting it be. Gonzalez shoots, and he misses it. And it'll be an icing call with 10.1
You got to get to the red line there.
Yeah, he needed to take 3 more strides and then shoot it,
Yeah,
and then it would have been no icing, and it probably would have taken the time off the clock if he did miss it. But now, a Bronco zone face-off here, and now
I
we'll
cannot
coach.
believe that puck stayed out of the net.
How did Sari get in front of that? I think
That puck is going to the corner, and they're not gonna let it leave.
is George McDonald going to take his time out here?
Nope.
That would be my question. Does not look like he is. 10.1.
That's what the Broncos want. Is in the
Face off,
corner.
control the near wall. Barnachuk to the point. Shot
There we
deflected
go.
high into the air. Bounces in behind the net. Sari has it. Trying to tie it up. 2-1. And the Broncos are going to take home the traveling trophy here tonight as they come up with a big 3-2 win. Never trailed in this hockey game.
Wow.
And they win it 3-2 over the Muskies.
Bringing home some hardware, too.
Bring home some hardware.
Excellent game by the Broncos.
It was a very well-fought game. I
Yes.
predicted the final score would be 4-3. I thought it'd be a one-goal game. 3-2 here as the Broncos win it. These two teams will play again on.
We're going to that one, aren't we?
We probably should be going to that one. Let me see here if I can find it fast enough here while we're on the fly. Oh, heaven's sakes. Of course, I'm not going to be able to find it here. I should know this well in advance, but yeah, I can't find it. We'll let everybody. He's going to look it up while I talk. Give me your key to the game, Joey. Why did the Broncos win 3-2?
Why they win 3-2? They stuck to their game plan. They had a really good forecheck all game long. They didn't turn over the puck a lot. When they did, it bit them in the hind end, but for the most part, they played a complete game.
Who's the best player for the Broncos, Simon?
Gotta give
Niner.
it to Wickland. He played amazing today, even though I really like the line of Smith, Jermaine, and
Yeah, that
Benny
line
Benny
was
King
rolling.
tonight. I love their line.
Wickland with a pair of goals. How about
Yep.
for you? Who was?
I got to go with Wickland, too. But how about Sari at the end there saving the
Sorry
game
with
tying
the
goal there?
I
That
think
was
it was
huge.
Sorry with the save there. I thought Nemec played very, very well for the Broncos in goal.
Yep.
Had a couple of big saves. I'm going to go back to 15. I really like the way Dremel played tonight. Had a lot of extra energy. Maybe didn't get on the score sheet and do a whole lot of things that way. But
Yeah, he
sometimes
kind of set the tone out there, it seemed like.
it really did along the way. Let's recap the scoring here before we go off the air. Broncos get the lone goal in the first period as the trophy in the hands of the Broncos for the first time, as the Muskies won it both times last year. Jordan Smith got the Broncos on the scoreboard at the 3:58 mark of the first period. Assist to Jackson Jermaine. That was the only goal of the first period. The only goal of the second period went to the Fort Frances Muskies. Mike Ward on the power play at the 16:33 mark. Assist to Avis and Albright, and the game was tied at 1. The Broncos would regain the lead 2:04 into the second period on Brady Wickland's first goal of the night. Besh and number 13 Schultz would get the assist. Just 53 seconds later, Ward would get his second goal of the night for the Muskies to tie it. Assist to Cousino and Avis, and we are tied at 2. The Broncos would get the game winner off the stick of Brady Wickland at the 9:16 mark of the third period, as the Broncos win it by a final score of 3-2. Shots on goal for the Fort Frances Muskies, 13 in that third period. For the Broncos, they had just 7, but they get a couple past the goaltender Clem, as Clem will end up with 28 saves for the game. And for the Broncos, Nemec, he'll end up with 26, but he was very busy in that last period. He'll end up with 29 saves, as he had 24 saves in the final periods, as the Broncos win it by a final score of 3-2. Our next broadcast right here on kcc-tv.org and on Midco Channel 7 will be next Friday, as we'll have a doubleheader of Broncos versus Little Fork Big Falls basketball, starting with the pregame right around 5:30 from the Falls High Gymnasium. Joey, thanks for coming along.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Simon, thanks. Thanks to Darcy Sullivan, George Frake, and Jay Boyle for pushing all the buttons and doing the camera work. I'm Tim Ringhofer, wishing you and your families the very merriest of Christmases. Good night from Bronco Arena.